When you read the list of people that you have worked with, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington, Paul McCartney, Jennifer Lopez, Barbra Streisand, what was different about Michael from, say, any of them? Not to take anything away from them, but...
Right. Well, Michael was an all-around gifted musician. He was a fantastic composer. I mean, when Michael told us the story of Billie Jean, he came home one day and there was this young lady lounging by his pool and she wouldn't go away. So he went and talked to her, found out what her name was. It was Billie Jean. And then later on, it turned out she accused Michael of being the father of one of her twins. I don't think that can happen. So this gives you an idea of the veracity of that poor young woman. But Michael dealt with it all and made a huge hit record. There aren't many pieces of pop music, I think, that have the identifiable sounds of Billie Jean.
What do you think, what is it about that? And what was it when you were putting it all together that made it so special to you?
Michael was so different. He was so gifted. His sense of pitch, his sense of lyric and melody and so on. You know, those songs that he wrote, Earth Song, give me a break.
The Earth Song?
Earth Song, yeah. Phenomenal piece of music. Just, it was so different, and his vocal approach was so different for Earth Song that I used a different microphone on him, and for that one song.
Tell me about your first meeting with him. Was at the Wiz?
Yeah, when we were doing the music for The Wiz, the movie, which is the urban concept of The Wizard of Oz. And of course I worked with a whole lot of people like Nipsey Russell, and you know, just the list goes on and on. Incredible people with that piece of work, just phenomenal. Oh, what an experience. I'm very blessed. I am very lucky to have been at the right place at the right time with the ability to deliver the goods.
But do you think that was just coincidence?
I don't know. Well, I come from a religious background, so you could easily put another meaning on that, but I won't do that. I think it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Serendipity, they call it.
And what did you think of Michael the first time you met him?
Right off the bat, I thought, here's a phenomenally gifted young black musician, and while Michael is not the kid next door, and he hasn't always made the best decisions for himself, I would go with him any place, any time.
What were some of the best decisions you think he made for himself?
To record Billie Jean, and to make a positive musical statement out of that event instead of, you know, making it a bad comment on society. Because Michael had it all. He's just phenomenal. Pardon me, I have trouble speaking of Michael in the past tense.
Can you not believe he's gone?
Oh, yeah. And I'm sorry to be emotional and at such a time, but that's the way it is. I can't help it.
Hey, you have nothing to apologize for.
Yeah. What a guy. Fun to be with. Michael Jackson never came late to a session.
He was a true professional.
A true pro, yeah. Never came late to a session. Never sang his music from the printed page. When we did a vocal for all his music, it was always from memory. He had the lyrics memorized. And just I swear a little bit, but I'm not gonna right now. But I'll put it this way: Michael sang the doo-doo out of all his music.
What do you think he appreciated about music? What was he drawn to?
I think music took him to a new world, a world where he could express himself freely. Because when you're a star of Michael's status, he couldn't go anywhere. I mean, literally, my wife B, I think you met her, drove for him, and they had so much fun. He was the greatest.
Was he suspicious of people?
No, I don't think so. I think Michael always sought out the best in people. And, you know, I hope this doesn't sound like I'm foolish about Michael, but I love him.
There's a lot of people that say that. There's nothing foolish about that. When you talk about the ideas for where songs came from, where on earth did he get the idea to do a horror song like Thriller? It was so outside its box, wasn't it?
You know where? Edgar Allan Poe. Michael was a voracious reader. He would read all sorts of things, and one of his true heroes was Edgar Allan Poe, and that's where I think that inspiration came from. Because it is kind of Edgar Allan Poe style, but done in a Michael Jackson manner. But excuse me, that shows you how brilliant Michael was, or is. And nobody like him. There'll never be another one.
When we talk about, you talk about him hiding behind, you know, something snickering, it almost sounds like a kid, you know, who is trying to...
Well, Michael never had a childhood.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
We actually did a song. I can't remember now who wrote it, but it's called Have You Seen My Child? And, oh, Lord, what a fabulous piece of music. Every time that we did that song and we got to the end, Michael broke down and cried. You know what Quincy said? Quincy Jones? He said to me, the engineer, leave that there. Leave that on there. It's meant to be.
Did you see a man who was trying to still live out his childhood?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Michael was so different, though. And he's never really been appreciated, I think, by the public or understood. That's why I'm so happy to be part of this thing. And, you know, I'm not exactly busy, but I'm not exactly doing nothing either. So I was very happy when you people called me, because I will always go to bat for Michael.
What do you think is the most misunderstood about Michael Jackson?
His sincerity, his passion for quality. Everybody kind of criticizes him, and I might as well bring it right out, the plastic surgery. And I feel the same way. I said, what a stupid thing for a gorgeous young black man to do. But it's Michael. Michael ain't the kid next door, you know? And you can't expect someone like that to always make the best decisions. Mm-hmm. But as a human being and as a musician and a performer, oh, wow, the best.
And you helped produce him from 1978 until when?
Till he died.
Till he died. How did you see this man change from that beginning?
I think, boy, that's a tough question, because I don't really remember any change. The thing that bothered me the most was the plastic surgery. That was such bad judgment on Michael's part. And the reason I'm not afraid to say that was bad judgment is that's the truth. And in retrospect, looking back at that time, that's not the best of Michael. But Michael is only human, or was.
Do you think he ever regretted some of that plastic surgery?
Well,
or was he just trying to, what was he trying to do, I guess, in finding that? Was there an insecurity about him?
yeah, that was, his father had been so critical of his nose. He had a beautiful nose. His nose was perfect. Michael was a very handsome young black man, and just fabulous. And I think, well, let me give you an example. We're recording Wanna Be Starting Something at a studio in Los Angeles in about the time of, well, it's after The Wiz, the movie. But anyway, so Michael's father came in, and Quincy Jones was producing, and I was engineering, and Quincy says, that guy is out of here. So I'm not a small guy. I used to play football. I'm not afraid of anybody. Quincy and I escorted Michael's father out of the studio and told him, don't ever come back here.
What was Michael's reaction to his father coming in?
Fear. And that fear was evidently from his childhood. There's one song, Have You Seen My Childhood, that is just unbelievable. Here's another little thing about Michael I think you should know, and our listeners or viewers or whatever. We did one song. Michael was always accused by, people would say to him, you only record your own music so you can get all the money. That's not true. One of the most beautiful songs that we ever did was written by Charlie Chaplin, Smile. You want to have a good cry, listen to Smile.
Why did he choose to record that?
He loved it. You know what he told me? He said, Bruce, this is my favorite song. I don't know if that was merely, he was saying, at this moment, this is my favorite song, but he told me that. He said, Bruce, this is my favorite song, Charlie Chaplin's Smile. And listen to that recording. He sings the dog doo-doo out of that lyric.
If he's looking down on us from heaven, what do you think he feels about his legacy?
Boy, I hope he's happy, because he deserves it. And his legacy, I think, is all this incredible music that he left.
Did he leave people with what he wanted to leave them with, do you think?
I don't know. I can't answer that. That's a rough one.
Did he accomplish everything he wanted to accomplish, do you think?
No.
What was left for him?
Left for him more of the same. If he wanted to do anything, it would be more high quality American popular music. Michael's so passionate about that. And you know why?
No.
Michael couldn't curse. If something bothered him, or if something was really great or something, Michael would say, boy, that's smelly.
That was his worst curse word?
Yes, that was as bad as he could curse, was smelly. Although I think I did hear him use a couple of bad words later on. But Smelly was what his nickname was. And the guy that gave him that nickname was Quincy.
Well, I'm sorry, so go ahead and tell me about a typical session with Michael.
Typical session with Michael is we come in at noon, say, and Michael would spend the first hour vocalizing. He had a vocal coach, Seth Riggs, that worked with him every day. Every session that we did, Michael would warm up and vocalize at least an hour.
How was he with collaborating with other big stars?
Just great. Silly, and he'd love to play jokes and tricks and all. Michael was such a kind soul.
Was anybody ever, you work with all these other big stars, when they came in and saw him, was any of the other big star kind of intimidated by Michael or starstruck by him?
No, because I'd only in a couple instances did I bring other artists in to watch someone record, and that was an album I was doing with Oscar Peterson, the pianist, and I brought a friend in, and he was just absolutely over the moon about being in the room with Oscar Peterson. But Michael, no, Michael was so passionate about quality and his...
And because of that, how long would a session last with him?
Boy, till it was done.
Which would be, how long would you be in a studio with him? What do you think of the longest is that you worked on?
With Michael? Probably 12 hours.
Straight?
Straight. Yeah. That gives you an idea of how strong. I still don't know what happened with this. I'm not going to get into it at this point, but with why Michael died, I don't understand. Because he was strong. I don't know.
What was the most difficult piece to produce with him? Was there one?
They were all easy. Every bloody one of them was easy. Yeah. Michael was, like I said, but when you come in with an artist who's been up all night learning the lyric, give me a break. He was so totally prepared. And this is so little known about him. I hope that we get a bunch of viewers. And the one thing I would like to leave about Michael, quality, passion, and that's about it. And the best music possible. There we are, that's Michael. Michael had just been doing a photo shoot as a Charlie Chaplin character, and he came to the studio still in his Charlie Chaplin outfit, and he and I and Quincy did these photos. I've worked with Michael since 1977, done The Wiz, the movie with him, and Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, Dangerous, Invincible, done all those albums. Okay, this is an award for the album Bad, and every flag here and every platinum record represents a country where the Bad album was platinum. And Thriller, The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney. Right. This is 2 times platinum, 1 times gold, and a gold single. Probably all the recordings that I did with Michael that are memorable could be lumped into the experience doing Thriller. This is a little piece of artwork that Michael did. Here's a song that we were doing called Much Too Soon. And Michael, he writes this note to me, Bruce, mix number 9 of Much Too Soon. is what?
Great.
Great, yeah. Love Michael. He always signs his notes. Great to talk about Michael. He was the ultimate musician.